Hey, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to stop wasting time. Hey, it's McGrath, and in this video right now, I'm going to teach you how to stop wasting time. And the cool thing is, I've got this free gift for you to follow along with this video. Plus, it's a deep dive training on stopping wasting time, so you should grab it right now, okay? So let's jump into the video, and I want to talk with you about point number one around wasting time. What do you think it is that stops people from actually going to do the thing they want to do? Like, why do some people have ideas and all of a sudden they're like, I'm going to get that idea, and they act quickly, and then the next person has an idea and they just stop right away? Like, what is that? Well, here's the thing. You have to answer that question for yourself on what it is for you. But I think by the end of this video, you'll have some insight into how successful people get a lot done in a very short period of time. Now, if you watch a successful person, they got a lot more going on than most people. And you might wonder, how do they get it all done? Well, first and foremost, they have a vision of their life. I remember when I was back at New York Life Insurance working for this company. I started in the insurance business because I didn't have anything better to do. I needed a job. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I thought I was interviewing for a magazine, and I show up and I find out it's the insurance business. So I'm like, sure, I'll take the job. Now, I ended up going out making six figures my first year in that business. But the cool thing about it was, after a while, kind of cool, not cool, I wasn't really excited about it anymore, right? For years and years, I was thinking about leaving, right? But I was wasting time because I didn't have the courage to get up and go. Now, I had proven that I could make money, but making money doesn't mean one is confident. Two different things. So I think confidence is more important than money. Because if you have confidence, you can go out and you can do anything. You get into action right out of the gates. When you're confident, what do? You step into the situation. If you have money, you could have all kinds of money, you could spend it, you could hire people, and you could waste a lot of it, because if you don't have confidence in your decision making, if you don't have confidence in your ability, at the end of the day, you have a whole lot of money that you wasted and you spent, and now you have no money left, and now you have no confidence, and life sucks, right? So at the end of the day, stop wasting time. How do you do it? You have to have a vision of the future of something that you want. I'll give you an example of this. When I was at New York Life at 21 years old, I took this course. This course was all about how to actually increase your confidence. And then there was another course that I took called Goal Cultivation. A guy by the name of Dan Sullivan created it. Now, I was sitting there in class and I was writing, and they talked about writing down your long-term vision and your goals. And I had never really thought about my long-term vision and goals before. So one of the reasons why people waste time is because they don't really take time to think about their long-term vision and goals. So he had asked the question, and they're like, what is your long-term vision for 20, 30, 40, 50 years out into the future? And I was looking at this and I was like, whoa, like what would that be? And something came out of me and I just wrote it down. I was like, I'm going to inspire more people to transform their lives than any other person who's ever lived. And I realized in that moment that me inspiring is the greatest role that I can play on the face of the planet. Like, I'm a creator, I can create systems, I can do stuff like that, but that's not really who I am at the core. I want to inspire people, I want to be a voice for change, I believe we are what we dream, and that's my beliefs. And so when I'm doing the thing that I'm meant to do, which is communicating to people and inspiring them to new heights, I know that I'm getting a lot done in my life because that's my gift and that's my talent. Can I solve problems? Can I create systems? Can I do? Yeah, but that is not my main strength. My main strength is to be a person who inspires other people so they just bust through problems in their life and they're not wasting time, right? So what are you thinking of when you think of your long-term vision of what you want to create in the world? Now, I can say from 21 years old when I wrote that down, I am on that path to inspiring people all over the planet, inspiring millions of people, and I've already inspired millions. So the question is, what's the next great game? What's the next great game? Well, the vision's there. So creating any game in line with that vision would be a worthy vision and a worthy game. But most people, they don't even have an insight of what they want their life to look like a year from now, let alone 50 years from now. You know, it was an interesting exercise we did. It's like, when are you going to die? Right? And I put down the age, it's 92. It's like, okay, I'm going to die at 92. So then the next question was like, so if you were to die at 92, okay, let's just assume if you were to live longer, how many more years would you like to live beyond 92? If you could live as long as you want. And I was like, oh, if I could live as long as I want, 127 I put down. And then the question that was asked to me in this program was like, so if you lived 35 more years, what would you do with those extra years? And you start to think about it, right? And this is a question that Dan Sullivan had asked me. And I started to think about it. I was like, wow, like 35 extra years what I would do. And I started writing down all these things. Like I'd write a book, I'd create movies, I started writing down all the things that I really would want to do with my life. Not the things I felt I had to condense in a short period of time to make the money and get the house and do the thing and make millions of dollars. Like all the societal things came before the 90-year period. The dreams, the true expansion of the dreams came with the extra years of like, what would I do if I had all this extra time and I had no pressure and nothing from society to tell me what to do or what to think or how to act or what business to be in or be an entrepreneur, what would I do? And all of a sudden, books and movies and like, I already wrote a best-selling book. I already have a message that's reached millions. I'm writing a movie tonight. So I've started doing those things, you know, in my 30s and now in my early 40s. I've started doing those things because I had a vision of what I wanted to accomplish with my life. So wasting time, no. And now that I'm gonna live even longer, I've got all these extra years, so I got plenty of time to create all kinds of stuff. And depending on what your beliefs are, who knows what's gonna happen in the next lifetime too. So we have a lot of time to do stuff. So to think that time, right, that we're running out of time, I don't believe that. I believe there's all the time in the world. I believe we have plenty of time, and I operate in a way where I move swiftly, but I operate in a way where I'm creating and doing the things that I want, and I never look at life and say I'm too old for this thing. I never looked at life and said, I used to say I'm too young for this thing when I was 21 and I looked like I was 12, but I changed that perspective and go, age, who cares? Life experience and wisdom is what matters, and dreams are what matter. So the question becomes, what is the vision that you have for your life? If you have a vision and you're clear, would you walk down the clear path or run down the clear path to the goal line? Yeah. But if you don't have a vision and you don't have clarity, where do you go? You go everywhere. You try out things. You try other people's things on. You're like, I just tried this other person's thing on. It's not even my thing. So what is the thing you want to try? And it's like you go to a clothes store. Somebody else says, I like that jacket. What do you like? You're going to wear the damn thing, right? So you have a vision for your life. Somebody else says, your vision should be this, but that's not my vision. So let me ask you this. You want to know why people waste time also? When other people's ideas come in and it's not their own. It's like if I created the idea of my dream, we're going to go to the goal line finishing with my idea. Because I know I'm going to persevere all the way past the goal line, past 100 linebackers to score the touchdown if I'm sticking to the truth of my idea. The moment I start muddying the water with all these other ideas and then I get off path to something entirely different than the thing that I actually started off on dreaming. Powerful, right? Now, a lot of times you see people in situations where they're like, okay, well, I'm working with somebody in business right now, and so I'm in this situation, and it's not really a situation I want to be in. Great, leave. Leave. Make a decision. Go after the thing that you want. One of the greatest things I ever did, I can tell you right now, one of the greatest things I ever did was get out of business with my mentor. The greatest thing I ever did was my mentor, was my best friend ever, right? But he was always there. He was a crutch for me. I was never going to be able to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish in my life if I was always depending on somebody else. So when you're depending on somebody else all the time, and not as a support factor where somebody who helps you accelerate more, right? But he helped me accelerate a ton, but then he became a crutch. I depended on him for everything. So I never really tested my abilities of how good I could be in the world. So I never knew, who is Ted McGrath really? When I was 21 years old, sitting in front of my mentor, you know the question that he asked me when I sat down the first time? Didn't say a word out of his mouth other than, hey, my name's Mo. He said, so, at the start of the interview, who is Ted McGrath? For 4 hours I spoke. It's as if at 21 I already knew. I just need somebody to ask the question and pull the answers out of me. See, the answers are already there, the vision's already there. Then I had to go into life and live it. Now, he taught me the skills, he mentored me, he showed me the way, but at some time it's kind of like, you know, the bird, the little baby birds or whatever the heck you call them, they need to fly away and they need to grow their wings. That's what I needed to do. Now, the great thing about it is I grew my wings, I went out, I built a hugely successful business, and now he's coming back now, years later, to work with our organization and consult with our organization, and now we're realigned now that I've grown my own wings and I can fly by myself. So now we can reignite into a vision of the future to go create greatness, but I had to be great myself. I had to know in myself that I was great, and I had to show myself that I was great because I didn't have the confidence initially. And one of the biggest time wasters is lack of confidence. It's like shooting this video, right? I just shot a video before this, right? And then I shot another video after that for an ad. And then I just jumped in and was like, let's stop wasting this time because this is a video about time, so let's jump in and just shoot it. See, it's in the decision making and the speed. Sometimes I get up here and I'll be quite honest with you. I'll sit here and I'll just be like, okay, and then it's like confronting what I'm about to say and what I have to say to you. It's like the lack of jumping in costs time. It takes time. And I know I'm doing it, and the good thing is I know I'm doing it. Some people, they get up to go do something and they don't even know why they're not jumping in and doing it. And if they just jumped in and did it, and they just said the first word, guess what? The next word will come out. But some people get so blocked that they don't even say the first word, and then they give up before they ever get on camera. You know, doing video has been one of the greatest time savers in the world because I'm in a million different places at once. But if I never got up to the camera, if I didn't confront the thing right here, the lens, and I didn't speak that first word, guess what? I might give up on video and never have had the opportunities to speak to you right now. What a waste of a voice that would be. How many projects have you looked at in your life where you stepped up to do the thing and maybe you backed out after the first lesson? We're taking guitar lessons right now, right? Why do people back out? Because they can't see themselves getting past that barrier of the first thing they need to confront. They need to play the string. They need to say the word. They need to be there and do the thing. And I always say, if you don't know how to do the whole thing, do part of it. If you don't know how to say any words to the camera, say one, right? You should have seen the first time I ever got on video to actually communicate to people. I remember feeling so restricted and so uncomfortable just actually delivering communication to the camera. I wanted to jump off the 19th floor. I was on the 19th floor at the time. I was like, I want to jump off the balcony, man. This is awful. Most horrible experience in the world, because I was like, man, this is weird. Like I'm talking to a lens that one day somebody's going to watch this thing, but who the hell am I talking to? It's the weirdest thing in the world. It's uncomfortable. Right? But after a while, you just start talking. I'm kind of visualizing you in your living room right now, somewhere in your underwear maybe, doing something. Maybe you're eating some lasagna. Who knows what you're doing, right? But you're doing something, right? So I'm talking to somebody, and I'm having communication with you right now. So we're having this discussion, right? So you can make a decision right now based on the information that you're getting. You could either waste your time with this video and just let it be another video where you sit there and you kind of lap it up with your lasagna and you get tired and you pass out from too much cheese. Or you could make the decision that you're actually going to set a long-term goal right now. You're actually going to write it down like, I want to more people, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What's the declaration you're going to make to the world? What is it? Here's mine. I'm telling you right now, I'm about to do my first movie, Confronted. I want to be in blockbuster films. I want to be a mega star. I want to use my voice on every platform across the planet. YouTube with you, blockbuster movies, touring my show all over the world. I'm going to be a huge voice for change on this planet. And I'm declaring it right now, and you're going to see it happen. Take it to the bank. That's the long-term vision that you want to declare. But what is yours? What's the thing that you're dreaming up in the world? How are you going to make a difference with your voice, with your message, with your product, with your service, with the thing that's coming from you? Now you can look outside all day long and you can look at all these things and ideas of like, oh wow, I could do that, I could do that. The question is, can you take it and can you bring something in, but can you bring it in with the truth and allowing the truth inside of you to come out and say, this is what I want, and this is how I'm going to use what's around me to get what I want so I can accomplish the thing that's truly emanating inside of me. Once you do that, I think life will be a success. But the honesty has to come out. So now put down the fork, take the lasagna out, maybe put it back in the oven or something, keep it warm, and get a pen and write down, what is the goal? What's the long-term vision for you? Because if you write that down and you look at it, and you know the funny thing is, I pulled that book out, the Goal Cultivator book, where I wrote that in, where I wrote my long-term vision years ago, 21 years old. I pulled it out like 9 years later, 9, 10, 11 years later, something like that. I was sitting there looking at it, I was like, wow, man, like I'm actually up on stages now, like inspiring people to transform their lives. Like I'm actually doing the thing that I wrote, and I was 21. So who says that you don't know when you're 21 or when you're 14 or when you're 7? You know. You just need to express it in the world. So I believe in you. I believe you have a message to share with the world. I believe that you should stop wasting time right now. And I believe that you can make a difference in the world. And the first way to do it is get clear on your long-term vision and take one action. And hey, it's going to be a good life. So if you like this video, I suggest that one, you like it. Actually like it. If I served you today, help me out, like the video down below. Also, get the deeper dive training right here. Come on, you want all these tips, and if you don't want to go back and watch the video and you want some more deep dive stuff, here's the free gift right now on stop wasting time, right? A formula for it right here. You should grab it. And what I'd like you to do right now is ask a question. Muster up the courage in that stomach. You know, the fire that's burning now, the real question you want to ask it. Ask it down below. I'll get back to you on that. And subscribe to my channel for more great videos like this. I'll see you next time with Stouffer's Lasagna. This is Ted McGrath signing off. See you soon.